Hi guys, it's Hinda and welcome back to Cooking Fantasies. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite recipe for the classic carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. I have tried many recipes, but this is by far my favorite one. I have found it a long time ago on the internet and it's been my favorite carrot cake recipe since then. It's so delicious and moist and it always came out so great, and it's usually eaten the same day. I'm gonna go ahead and give up my secret right now at the beginning and let you know that this carrot cake contains pineapple, which not only adds to the moist and the chewiness of the cake, but it also gives it that kick of flavor. It really balances really nice all the taste with the carrots and the nuts. It's really amazing recipe. Make sure to watch till the end. I will give you all the tips, all the directions you need to make the best carrot cake ever. And like always, I will be leaving you down in the description box all the ingredients you're gonna need in both grams and cups measurements. So for the cake, we're gonna need 400 grams grated carrots, 300 grams all-purpose flour, 220 grams crushed pineapple, 100 grams pecans, 70 grams sugar, 200 grams brown sugar, 1 tablespoon vanilla flavored sugar or vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon baking powder, 2 teaspoons cinnamon, 3 eggs, 240 milliliters vegetable oil, 50 grams raisins, and a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. And start by beating the eggs with the brown sugar and the white sugar with the vanilla extract or vanilla flavored sugar, whatever you're using. And of course, the eggs should always be in room temperature. And for this, of course, you can use either a stand mixer or a hand mixer. It is the same. Meanwhile, I'm gonna crush the pecans, to which I will add the raisins. This is of course optional, you can skip them. And then I will add about 1 tablespoon of the flour, mix them well together. This will prevent them from soaking to the bottom while baking. And then I will add the rest of the dry ingredients to the flour. Baking powder, baking soda, some salt, which I forgot to mention in the ingredients, and the cinnamon. Here the cinnamon is optional, of course. You can also add some nutmeg or allspice if you prefer to, or you can add more cinnamon. This depends on the taste. Then use a fork or whisk to mix everything together and leave it on the side. Once the eggs and the sugar have mixed for about 1 to 2 minutes and start thickening, we're going to start adding the vegetable oil a little at the time. As I've seen in the original recipe, you don't want to add the oil all at once, but little at the time while continuously whisking. And now it's time to add the dry ingredients. So we're going to be adding the flour with the dry ingredients we have prepared before in about 3 goes, while mixing just enough to incorporate the flour in between. And once all the flour is well mixed, we're gonna add the star of the cake, the grated carrots. The best is to grate the carrots with the hands, with the smallest part of the grater you have. This is how you get these really small pieces of carrots that will nicely bake in the oven. This might take more time than an electric grater, but if your machine allows you to have these really small pieces, then go ahead and use it. If not, it is better to do it with the hand like I said. And when all the carrots are well incorporated, we're gonna add in the pecans and the raisins we have prepared earlier. Like I said, the raisins are optional. They go really nice with the cake. If you like raisins, go ahead and add them. If not, you can just skip it. And finally, we're gonna add the last ingredient, crushed pineapples. And believe me, this will give an upgrade to your classic carrot cake. It adds so much to both the flavor and the texture. And then mix everything together and that would be it. The butter is ready. So this is the kind of texture or batter you're gonna end up with. I have prepared my 24 centimeters diameter baking tin. That's about 9.5 inches, which I lined with some parchment paper on both the bottom and the sides, and then pour in the batter. The oven should be preheated to 175 degrees Celsius, that's 347 degrees Fahrenheit, and it takes about 45 to 50 minutes to bake, depending on your oven. So after 45 minutes, check the cake by inserting a skewer or a lame of a knife in the center of the cake, and it should come out dry. If not, allow it to bake for another 5 minutes more. When the cake is ready, allow it to totally cool before you unmold it and peel off the parchment paper. For the cream cheese frosting, we're gonna need 300 grams cream cheese, 200 grams butter, vanilla sugar or vanilla extract, and 110 grams powdered sugar. For this, all the ingredients should be in room temperature, so you're gonna mix together the cream cheese with the butter and the vanilla sugar or vanilla extract. And again, you can either do this with a machine or with a hand mixer. What's important is that both the cream cheese and the butter should be in room temperature. And once everything is well combined, you're gonna start adding the powdered sugar that should be sifted little at a time. I personally don't like the frosting to be too sweet for the sugar, not to overpower the cream cheese taste, and also I find the cake already sweet enough, so go ahead and try it. If you would like it to be a little bit more sweet, add some powdered sugar to taste. If you're baking the cake the same day, then you're gonna need to wait until it's totally cold before you frost it. I personally bake the cake one day in advance, so if you do so, just wait until it's cold, wrap it very well with plastic wrap, and place it in the fridge overnight, and then you will only slice it the next day right before you frost it. And of course, you can slice it either in 2 or 3 thin layers depending on how you want it. And then place about 1 cup of the cream cheese frosting and spread it with a spatula. You're gonna need about 1 cup of the frosting. If you find it a little bit too runny, just place it in the fridge for about 5 to 7 minutes and it's ready to go. I always add the bottom layer of the cake on the top because it's the straightest part of it, and it also has these nice edges which makes it easier to frost. Then add enough cream cheese frosting to cover both the top and the sides, and use a spatula to spread it. Finally, I added some crushed pecans to the side of the cake because they look nice, and then place it in the fridge to sit for at least half an hour before you cut it. It just has the perfect combination of flavors and textures. It really tastes amazing, and the texture, I can't get over it. It's so moist and delicious. Of course, you can use the same recipe to bake your cake in sheet form, or use a smaller baking tin in diameter to make 3 layers if you want your layers to be thicker. And like most cakes, it does taste better the next day, so you can put it overnight in the fridge. I hope you will be trying out this recipe very soon. I'm sure you will love it. It will be your favorite as it became mine. If you still have any questions regarding the recipe, don't hesitate to ask me down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Also, don't forget to let me know how it turned out if you tried it. I'm always happy to read your comments. I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell to get all my recipes, and see you soon with a new video. Happy baking!